Peace, 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 y'all. Rob Blackstorm here. What's up to you and yours? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything's going well for you and yours. And again, I hope everyone's building and destroying at the same time. Because in order to build, you got to destroy something, right? So let's destroy the right things and build the right things. With that said, what I wanted to talk to y'all about is how to manifest while traveling, or how to plant seeds while you are traveling. And the way to do that is very simple. What you want to do is, when you're traveling, you want to have a goal before you travel. So let's say your desire is to get a new car, right? And you've been thinking about getting a new car for the longest time. What you want to do is already have written out what the car is. What type of car is it? What model car is it? You also want to make it realistic. You don't want to have the idea for a Bentley, and you can't even afford car insurance, right? So, or you can't afford the monthly maintenance, the auto maintenance, the gas, if the Bentley breaks down, to fix the tire, to fix the flat, fix the glass, if somebody breaks the glass. So you want to be realistic, right, in what you can. Now, you can definitely manifest that Bentley, but please realize it is going to probably take you a little longer, because you're going to need a certain amount of currency to get that Bentley. And we know money is nothing more than energy. Money is called currency because currency is energy. And when they say when you have money, right, you have power. Money is power, because when you use money, you're actually giving energy in exchange for goods or services. So your money is really a representation of the energy that you've put in, which is why you acquire money. Now, and we know money is currency, right? Currency is electricity. So we're dealing with an electromagnetic object when we're dealing with money or currency. So again, we want to know that we could generate enough energy or enough currency to maintain the dreams and the visions and the goals that we have. We want to make them realistic. Not to say that anything is impossible, because nothing is impossible, but within the realm of responsibility, we also want to deal with the foundation that we have, so that we can continue build from foundation to foundation. You don't build a skyscraper by just having the foundation and not putting brick to brick to brick to brick to brick. So you need to stack up those bricks in order to reach this high frequency or this fire foundation, so that you can start to manifest the Bentleys and the mansions. So let's say let's go back. You're thinking about a car. You want to get a car, right? What you want to do while you're traveling, you wrote down the car, you wrote down the model, even the color, what it looks like. When you're traveling, what you want to do is, of course, you don't want to have the music on. If you're walking, if you have headphones on, you wanted to maybe listen to some jazz music, some classical. The reason you want to listen to jazz or classical is because of what it does to the brain, what it does to your brain waves. And what happens is, when you think a thought, right? Let's say you think of the word blue, right? When you think of the word blue, you think of probably the color blue and maybe the way the word blue spells, right? When you think of the word blue, that is basically, you're giving forth electricity to an idea, right? You're giving electricity to an idea. And what happens is, when you think a thought, the neurons in your brain, which is the electrical circuitry or the hard wiring that is in your brain, it sends a signal. It fires in like a symphony. It's in harmony. So it is in natural rhythm. You know what I say? Black people, we can dance because we have natural rhythm. We have soul. So the neurons in your brain, that's the way they fire. So you actually have so there's a rhythm when you think the word blue that allows you to think the word blue properly, which is why people that are brain damaged may not be able to connect things, because their wiring is off, their circuitry is off, or they have a hormonal imbalance, which is pretty much like saying you have a short in your circuitry. If you ever had a pair of headphones, when you have a short, right, and I'm talking about the headphones with the wires, when you have a short in the headphones, maybe one headphone doesn't work properly. And a lot of us, because of our diet and because of our history, do have these shorts in our brain, so that the neurons are not firing in rhythm. But anyway, back to the original thought. So you're traveling, you're thinking about this car, you have everything written down. Now you have the idea. When you're traveling, you want to listen to some jazz or some classical music, because it puts your brain in rhythm. It puts your brain in an alpha and a gamma wave state, and a theta wave state. And it bounces between those frequencies when you're listening to jazz and classical. So it's alpha wave, theta wave, and gamma wave. Gamma wave is the most important brain wave because that's where the ideas and the aha moments come from, the gamma waves. And this is also when you're at your peak of thinking, when you're in a gamma wave state. But alpha waves, you can also implant thoughts, and theta waves are also where you implant thoughts as well. So when you listen to jazz or classical, you're engaging your brain in these waves. Now, what this allows you to do is now you can now go in and start to, and let's say you don't have music. Let's say you're walking, right? This is a walking technique. Let's say you're walking, you don't have music, you don't have jazz or classical. You can actually count your steps. So you can count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, of course, you don't want to be running or doing this, although you can be running and get into what's called the runner's high, which is the same thing I'm going to bring you into, which is a meditative trance. So when you're listening to this jazz and this classical, your brain waves are running in a meditative, you're going into what they call a mediumistic or meditative trance. And also when you're doing the walking, you're putting your brain in a meditative trance as well. So the classical, the jazz, or the steps are going to put your brain in a meditative trance. What's going to happen is thoughts are going to come up during the day, what happened yesterday, the argument you had your boyfriend, girlfriend, hard day you had at work, the great day you had at work, whatever it is. What you're going to do is hijack those thoughts. You're going to hijack those thoughts, and you're going to plant your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own seeds. And the seed is going to be this car. Now, during this time period, maybe it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're walking, you're in your car, you have your headphones on, you're going to devote that time period during this travel, and let's say it's an hour, let's say it's 30 minutes, you're going to devote most of your time period during this travel for programming, right? So you're going to pre-program your brain with this thought. And what you're going to be doing is doing this thought in repetition, over and over and over and over and over again. And then you're going to tag an affirmation to it. So let's say the car that you want to get, let's say the new car that you want to get is let's keep it. Let's say you want to get a Toyota Camry, right? You don't have a car. You want to get a 2020 Toyota Camry. Keep it humble, right? 2020 Toyota Camry, let's say. And you're going for this Camry, you're thinking about this Camry, and you're like, okay, you're going to be thinking about this. Let's say you thought of a red Camry. You're going to be thinking about this red Camry over and over and over again. What it looks like, how it feels to sit inside it, how it feels to be behind the wheel, what the Camry symbol looks like on the driving wheel. You're going to be thinking about all these things about this Camry during this session, and you're going to attach an affirmation to it. I love how it feels sitting in my Camry. I love how it feels sitting in my Benz. I love how it feels sitting in my Porsche. Whatever it is, even if you want a big car, something like that, you could think about it. You could program your mind. You could put your energy towards that. But again, you want to make it as realistic as possible so you could attract it. We're electromagnetic beings, so we all know the force of our own electromagnetism and what we can do. But we have to generate that energy. We have to generate energy, and we have to generate currency so that we could match our visions, right? Because everything is energy. So again, you want to plant the seed, write it down, write down what it is, the car, the make, the model, the home, what it looks like, the apartment, where it is, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, what they look like, their attributes, how they act, how they treat you. And when you're in travel, you want to think about these things over and over and over. And when you're thinking about it, you want to think about it and be happy. You want to act like it's already here. Act like it's already happened. Act like the thing has already manifested in your life. And have faith that it's going to manifest. Know that it's going to manifest. Not even have faith, know it's going to manifest. Know this thing you want is going to be a reality. And when you feel yourself sitting in that apartment, or with that wife, or with that husband, or in that car, you want to feel happy, man. You want to feel like you're happy behind the seat. You want to see yourself driving down the highway. You want to see yourself picking up your kids in the car. You want to see yourself, getting groceries. You want to see that it's convenient so that you're not going through public transportation, or you're not in some old jalopy car, you know what I'm saying, that could barely get you and your family back and forth. And you want to put this idea in. And what's going to happen is the universe is going to start showing you opportunities for you to get this thing. It's going to start putting opportunities in your face. And your third eye is now open to this possibility as being a reality. You have now put this into your field of existence. So now your third eye is focused on getting this to you. Everything is mental, right? Everything is mental. So now your mind is looking for this car, looking for ways for you to get it, looking for opportunities for you to make more money to afford it, looking for things to put into your path so that you can make your vision a reality. So this is just one of the techniques that I use, things that I use to manifest, and it's very important because a lot of times we waste our travel time. We're listening to bullshit music that is repeating bullshit in our ear, you know what I'm saying? Bullshit messages that make no sense, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, the shit that we listen to a lot of times is bullshit. The lyrics, especially in hip hop, the lyrics are just dumb. Especially nowadays, they don't make any sense. It's very low IQ. And there's nothing. And again, there's nothing wrong with listening to music while you travel. I do it. Probably everyone does. But you also want to take time to use this travel time to program your mind. It's cool to listen to a podcast if it's educational or if it's enlightening. But again, that's someone else's thoughts. That's someone else's ideas. They may be inspiring to you, and it may give you information, and it may help you. But you also want to be able to help yourself, and that's why you want to use your travel time primarily to plant these seeds, so that these things can become reality. Because we have a limited amount of time during the day. You work for 8 hours. You may travel. It may take you an hour at least to get home, right? An hour at least for travel time going and coming, or 2 hours in some cases, 2 hours to go and come from work. So you want to use this time that you have to travel properly, and you want to engage it and manifest in your future. Let's say you want to raise, you could do the same thing like with the same technique. And all you're doing is you're hijacking your mind, you're hacking your mind by using classical music, by using jazz. One of the people I like to listen to is Sebastian Bach. Bach is dope. Another person I listen to is Coltrane. I listen to Sun Ra. I listen to sometimes Beethoven, and just music, Miles Davis, and music that doesn't have words, no one's talking, and where you're able to use that music, that sound bed, as basically a womb to plant ideas, a womb to plant thoughts. My blog, thirdeyeculture.com, every time I write that blog, I'm listening to Bach, Sebastian Bach, which is a classical musical composer. That's what I'm listening to. Because you don't need, you could also do this with binaural beats, gamma wave, alpha wave, theta wave in particular, but gamma wave is great for that. You can find these binaural beats on YouTube, or you could get an app with binaural beats. Binaural spelled BINURAUL. It's probably even better to do it like that, using the binaural beats. But if you're not used to the binaural beats, jazz, classical music, both work great, right? Or the binaural beats. But you're basically using that as a womb for your thoughts, so that your thoughts can grow, just like a baby grows in a womb, and you have to do this in a repetitious manner. At least daily, really. I try to do this daily. I try to, whenever I'm traveling, I use some time. Even if I'm in my car, I'll turn the radio off and I'll just be thinking, planting seeds, planting visions. I'm thinking about 2020, where I'm gonna be in 2020, what I want my 2020 to look like, the places I'm gonna live, the trips I'm going to take, the people I'm going to be around, the wife I'm going to have, the life I'm going to have in 2020, right? And I'm doing it now. I'm also planting my seed for June, planting my seeds for July. And the way I do this is A, I meditate, and B, I program myself during travel. So you can manifest while you travel. Just one of the techniques. Hope it helps someone. Peace, power, and prosperity. Share, like, subscribe. I appreciate all y'all for being here, all y'all for taking time to watch. Definitely means a lot to me. And have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. And I should have something before the weekend. I should be going in. My next videos, I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to do a little bit more scholarly videos where I'm showing you guys more slides. I looked at a couple of video editing apps that I'm going to use, so look out for that. Go into a lot more things, a lot more detail. Right now I'm just kind of sharing my personal experiences, but I want to also, you know, share some scholarly texts and scholarly works, have some slides with different, you know, different things, and in a formal presentation, so that it's more you know, more classroom like. So with that said, peace, power, prosperity. Hopefully this works. Hopefully you come from home tomorrow, you're using some of this to manifest while you travel. Peace, power, and prosperity. Again, Rob Blackstorm. I'm out.